Welcome to Star Citizen. So everyone's been talking about this ship, and I thought I might take a little bit of a glance at it. I, in a way, have been waiting for it, although knowing that the Nerf hammer is quite ready and will hit whatever are the strengths or whatever makes this ship overly powerful, I still have to say, I like it in a way. It has a lot of firepower for the pilot, and there are 3 extra turrets that can be manned. It has 8 rockets, which are size 3, so they're pretty decent to knock out lighter targets. And its trade-off is the poor maneuverability and, of course, poor health pool. There is not a direct comparison to this ship, but I would say it's somewhere between Mercury Star Runner and the Constellation series. Now it has its own different vibe, it's got more firepower, it may be a bit more agile, although it does fly like a rock. I wouldn't really suggest fighting against other smaller ships, although you do have the overwhelming firepower. The question is, can you really get your aim on them? In orbit or near planet surfaces, this ship truly maneuvers horribly. Out in open space, it is a bit more flexible. Even in Constellation series, I do feel that the ship is significantly more maneuverable than this box. Against the same size targets, of course, this ship's got the firepower to take them out, and if they are as poor maneuverable as this, there shouldn't be a problem. All of that being said, let's take a look inside. The monitors for a pilot are quite standard. You get a good view above, you don't really see left or right that well, but you do see that you have yourself a stock radar. You should have even a small tap down right there, which somebody pointed it out to me. I was like, nah, you're kidding me, and there it was. It's pretty basic, although it could be spread, I think, a bit more widely than just underneath each other. The co-pilot seat takes you in a different room that is right under the pilot. You're positioned in the same location. There you have also access to the ship monitors, and you can control the turret that is on the back of this ship. It's quite many screens, and I guess you have a good view of what things are going on, and if pilot is fighting, you can control the ship shields, power outputs, and so on. The turret is actually pretty darn good. Now, I am firing straight, but it's got tremendously good angles to shoot down. It will of course avoid hitting the wings or the body, but it can shoot down really well at such good angles that it can even be to defend your ship if there's going some skirmish outside when your ship is grounded. Okay, so we have the captain's compartments. We can open it here. It's got nice little panels, as you can see. We can turn on the lights, turn them on, off, and so on. The bed is very basic, not that you really need much because it's a Corsair, it's a skirmishing ship or raiding ship or so. And it's even got a closet. I'm assuming you can put your armor in there, but we shall see what that will be used for. It did look beautiful. Of course, access to some of the components, which can be important in the future. And with style of the Corsair, you can see a lot of cables and nothing is really hidden behind panels. It has also got 2 turrets on the side, one on the left, one on the right. And they actually pop out once you enter it, which is really nice. These turrets as well get some nice firing angles. You can go pretty far up front to the left. You can aim where the pilot is aiming. You can aim somewhat back, up and down. More so on the up part actually, because the down is somewhat blocked. So next up we have the crew area. There are bedrooms on the right. We can enter right here. They get pretty much the same compartment as the captain's. And we also have the elevator here, from which you can go either to the ground or you can actually even go on top of this ship. The red lever takes you down, the central one to the ship, and the left one takes you on top of it, which is all well and good. But once back inside, you have your little area for tables, you have a little bathroom, and there isn't really much more to it. There are some extra crew compartments back there on the left. Table is quite basic. All the sleeping areas are pretty much the same, with slight difference. Now, next up, we have the part of the ship where it has its own gravitational pull. We can't really access anything here yet, but this gives me hope that there might be something interesting to do here in the future. Now we also see what else is there in the ship, and we actually have what I could call an armory and the airlock area. Here you can store your weapons, you have your airlock. It is quite nice and compact, so it's not too big and it's very small, so I don't think more than 2 players can fit here at the same time. I just like how simple this airlock is kept, and well, if there's more crew and you all want to get out, I guess you can leave the doors open. Now the armor is also quite basic. You got your gun racks, you got your closets. They're all pretty decent, pretty okay. And then you also have the gun racks for some bigger weapons, which do look quite nice. You might want to throw a railgun or something beautiful in there. I won't mind. Although you have so much firepower, I'm not sure why you would need it. And in the back you have your cargo area with, I believe, 72 units of space. So it's not too bad. As you can see, everything, as it is with the Drake, nothing is ever hidden behind panels. It's all kept out. All the metal, the frames, the cables, the legs, hydraulics, mechanics, everything. Although I do like this door, it opens beautifulully and it even stretches out a little plate in the end, which I am having trouble crossing over. It's a beautiful ship. You can pop these wings out, you can keep them out, you can keep them in, you even have little thrusters. And you can actually do most things on the pilot seat. There's a button for most things that we can do on our keyboard, like quantum travel, gear, wings, things like that. So this ship is special in a way, but it's also a big sluggish boy that requires a proper crew to maximize its efforts. If you want it, buy it. It's pretty interesting, it's interesting enough. Although I've felt a lot more comfortable in some of the older ships, I have to say. But there are also changes bound to happen to this ship. Some may be worse, some may be better, and well, eventually we'll see how it will be. At the moment, to optimize it, you would need a full crew, and I think it would be great if you have at least 2 extra players with you when you fly with this ship, especially if you plan to do combat. For trading, fighting, there are better ships for other roles. This at the moment I would say is an excellent explorer. It's got the most amount of quantum fuel, more than the Andromeda series, although it's not as durable. Have fun with it, it looks nice, it feels nice, but there are still some things that I believe could be and should be changed. And of course it's gonna get hit with a Nerf hammer or a balancing hammer or something that sort. Anyway, thanks for watching.